This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below.
Hey guys, slightly off centre, Jimmy here, and welcome back to another video. Now recently I've had the urge to get back into driving some rally cars. To me, rallying is probably one of the most difficult things you can do in the real world and in sim racing. You exist in this constant balance between trying to push the car as hard as possible but trying to keep it in one piece, and of course trying not to send it into a tree, which I do all too often. And it's from rallying that we get one of the most iconic quotes in motorsport. If in doubt, flat out, of course, spoken by Colin McRae, who this video is dedicated to. In 1995, Colin McRae took his first and only World Rally Championship with this car, the now iconic Subaru Impreza WRC in the, well, very well known 555 livery, or a family-friendly version of it anyway. So I'm going to pop on my VR headset and see just what it's like to drive this 300 horsepower four-wheel drive world-beating beast. Okay then, so here we are inside Colin McRae's championship-winning Subaru Impreza, and I must say again, the experience of being here in VR is just awesome. I'm never going to get to sit in this car, let alone drive it, but to be here and to feel like I'm immersed in this car and feel like I'm actually sitting inside it, it's as near as I'm going to get, and as a motorsport enthusiast, that makes me smile. I'm happy with that. Just a couple of things before we get started. I'm using a full H-batten gearbox, so you can see down here the shifter and the pedals below me there, so you're going to be seeing a lot of footwork, so check out the foot cam for that. And of course, I have one very fake and scared looking Nicky Grist beside me here to try and talk me through, but I've turned him down a bit so we can hear that glorious boxer engine. Let's hear it now. Right, handbrake, build the revs. And forward drive hard launch, here we go then, for a stage at Sweden, already up into third gear, using that manual gearbox. I'll be very careful with my clutch inputs, make sure I do actually put it into gear, otherwise you're going to hear me miss a shift, which you've probably heard me before if you've been following this channel at all. First of all, through this wooded section, just trying to carve my way through at the moment, listen to that co-driver. I've got the diff set quite aggressive at the rear, so the car does slide a lot, which is what I like in this car, but we still have the traction of that four-wheel drive with quite a loose diff at the front. Down to fourth gear, just being very easy on the throttle through here. Of course, I'm very far from going as fast as I can go because I'm also commentating as well, but hopefully it gives you an insight. There you go, first use fire handbrake, then important to put the clutch in when using the handbrake or you risk a stall. Over the crest there, just down to third gear. See lots of steering input going to this thing. That's why I love driving rally cars. It's such a tiring experience, both mentally and physically. Don't touch the bank, just scraping it on the outside there, managing to use a four-wheel drive to pull us through. I've missed driving dirt rally in VR. There was a time where I couldn't actually drive it in VR due to feeling ill, but got used to it now, and it's well worth the experience and the pain I went through trying to get it working over the crest. Now, we're coming up now to a very fast part of a circuit. The car isn't really geared very well for it, unfortunately. When we get there, I'm going to be quiet, so you can just hear me bounce off a limiter. Keep it pinned in fifth. If in doubt, flat out. Just stabbing the brakes there to get the car turned. Oh, I wish I had geared the car a bit better. There you go, so I build the revs there before releasing the clutch. That just propels us up the hill, up to now another very fast section. It gets very bumpy up here though. I do sort of remember this stage, but I don't have 100% recollection of it. So just being nice and chill through there. You see, just backing off the throttle a little bit. I'm not quite Colin McRae. This is a sort of part Colin would go through as fast as possible, then have a massive roll, and then go on to win the rally anyway. Oh, I nearly emulate it. Don't hit the bags. Holding on for dear life through the suspension setup isn't great. I only threw it together very quickly, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm struggling a bit. Just balancing the throttle and brake through here, trying to keep the car stable. Another crest. I love driving this car in dirt rally. I mean, it's not the perfect representation. There are a couple of things in terms of physics that I'm not too fond of, but it's the closest we have, and the sound of this thing is pretty much spot on. It's that grumble of the boxer engine. I implore you, if you've not seen this car in real life, go and look up some videos on YouTube. You will not be sorry. Third gear, trying to just dip the nose in before using that aggressive diff at the back to push us around, slide the car, let it rotate. The old Scandinavian flick there, where more appropriate to use it than in Sweden. Into the bank, four-wheel drive save us? Yes, thank you very much, four-wheel drive, base four-wheel drive. And that's one stage down. And that was a lot of fun. How did we do? How did we do? Not bad! Winning it on the master difficulty by quite a bit. I think the master difficulty in Dirt isn't great. But what we're going to do now is, I know I'm guilty of this and I drive Wales a lot in Dirt Rally, but the defining race or defining rally of Colin McRae's 1995 championship season was at the UK Rally, where he won it. He won it there, won the championship. So we'll go do the same, shall we? So let's go to Wales. And just like that, we are teleported from a very snowy Sweden to a very grim-looking Wales. Now this is the UK that I know, not the heatwave UK that we're experiencing today. This is a longer stage here, so going to be focusing more on getting the car to the end, but we'll try and have some fun on the way, shall we? Right.
5,
let's go.
4, 3, 2,
Collins, Impreza at Wales.
right 5,
And a big bog at the start, doesn't matter though, because we are away.
Into left 1 long, opens, continues for 150.
And already met with some nice
Keep right over
challenging corners. Big dips on the inside. I'm going to try and get the wheel into there to bring the car around. Using a bit of a clutch hit there to try and get the car moving out the corner, sort of work. Now this section is very fast and the penalty for getting it wrong is going off to the right. So we're going to try our best not to follow and go down there. Fourth gear. I'm probably going to try and keep it in fourth along this section. Into the dip there.
Right 5 down, 100 through depth.
Just being so careful for this section. A couple of stutters in the VR. Struggling a little bit with all that detail there in the background. Shouldn't live too much longer though. Oh, okay. The elevation through here, just throw the car in, it just sticks. Don't go too far to the outside, nice. And we can go over this crest and finally start opening up.
Left 6 and crest 60. Right 6 crest
No. What do you mean out of control? Not me.
And right 4 crest.
They go flat in fifth now.
Left 6, keep in 60 crest. Into left 2 long.
Fourth and to third up the hill. Really throwing the car over the banks there. I told you I was going to be careful. I might have lied a little bit.
And right 680. Caution,
Oof.
right 660.
Actually already sort of starting to get out of breath. Driving this thing in the bank. No, don't do it. Okay, good. That'll probably be broken suspension in real life, but we're very lucky not to have that. Wave to the crowd.
Left 660. Right 6 tightens through 3 through posts.
Get another challenging section up here.
Posts. Left 6
Well,
over crest.
pretty much all Dirt Rally is challenging. It was known as well as the Dark Souls of racing games. I disagree. You just got to reel it in a bit.
Turn immediate overhead and right.
Don't go full send at every opportunity and you'll be okay.
Left 5 long.
They'll Scandi flick over the crest. I feel like such a baller when they come off properly. Yes, nice.
And left 5 long. Keep in 130 over crest.
Okay, just watch out for that bank on the right there. This whole section up here, quite easy to go off into the undergrowth and it's not very nice out there. There's our first gear grind. Just making sure the gears are still working. Yep, they are.
Left 6 jump.
Turning in so early, you have to anticipate the bumps. That's where the co-driver comes in.
Right 5 over crest 100. Right
You can see the trail on the road where other cars have gone through previously. Not going to follow that entirely. Watch out for the banks on the right there. Again, not of elevation change. Hairpin right, so down to second.
And left 3 long through dip.
Bit messy through there. I was just pumping the handbrake there to lock the rear tyres, but not enough, so we actually spun around just to get the car rotating. Another hairpin right over this crest. Just being careful because I can't really see where it is. There it is. Second gear. Don't get too far on the inside here. Smash it into first gear. And the throttle on the exit. Nice. That was a good exit there. Careful over this crest. Again, very easy just to get drawn out to the edge there and end up in the trees. We don't want to be doing that. It's mixing between the throttle and brake. You do a lot of that in these sort of cars just to keep the car stable. I think I've stalled it, Go, 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 go. So easy to stall on the bumps there. If you hit the brake, the car just comes to a complete stop.
Right 3 gate.
Oh, okay, nearly into that gate.
Keep left through gate. Right
That was a bit lucky there. I had to use the handbrake to sort of as an emergency turning
left over crest, 150
method
through
there.
dip.
We were going to go hit that fence otherwise. Sometimes the car sticks when you do that, sometimes it doesn't. We were lucky that we got around that in one piece. Now the whole fast section. Again, trees either side waiting to claim us if we get even a little bit wrong. Wow, 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 okay. This stage is quickly becoming just a series of near misses.
Right 5 over crest, continues 100 through dip. Keep mid over crest and gate.
This is such a rush. I love driving in VR, man.
Keep left over crest.
I really recommend giving it a go if you have the option to do so, especially if you've got a handbrake and shifter than I have. Just the immersion is real, especially if you're getting to sit on the left of a car for a change. These crests are killer. Just sliding it in, not taking a fast line instead, just letting the car slide a bit, letting it direct itself. Then I start putting in the inputs.
Left over long crest, right 5 long, keep in.
Such a fun section this when you get it right.
100. Left 2 long.
Throw it over to the left there, because we go downhill. Again, anticipation in rally is
Right 6, keep in.
key, and that's why you've got a co-driver next to us. Through the camber, yes.
130.
To the left and to the right, and then we throw it to the left. A bit slow over there.
100 through post, keep left over long crest.
Over the gears. The acceleration of these cars is insane. Oh, we've hit something. Oh, we've gone McRae. We've McRae'd it. It wouldn't be a video about Colin McRae if we didn't roll the car. Now we have to win the stage.
Gate on exit.
Oh, the door's coming off. Now we have to win the stage. That'll be proper McRae style. Door is coming ajar there to the left. You can see it.
And left 4 long logs.
We can't let the failure in.
Right 4 long. And left 6. And left 6 over crest times to 5.
Back through the forest now, not too far to the end of the stage. We didn't lose too much time with that roll actually. We sort of got put back on the circuit straight away. Very lucky. Of course, in real life, again, we probably have damaged everything, but this isn't real life. Luckily for me, or I'll probably be damaged as well.
Crest, jump maybe.
Okay.
And left 6, 80, keep right over crest. And keep right over crest.
Rally enthusiast nearly dies in fake dirt rally crash.
Right 4 down.
Up into 5th gear again. Really fun section this. We're just going to throw it to the right there. The car just grips, but going through in VR is scary.
Mid over crest.
Everything moves so much faster. All the bumps are so much more profound.
Right 6 over crest. 60.
Pronounced even profound. You get profound bumps, right?
5 over bump. Into right 6 long 80. Left
Another
6
section
long,
where the price is high if you get it wrong.
6 to finish.
We don't want to get it wrong. There's the finish call. Have we won it? That is the important question. Flying finish there across the flags. We go into slow motions. The guys in the back there wish they weren't standing there because I'm about to go straight into them. And we still win, even with the roll. Full on Colin McRae stand. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god, I love this game sometimes. But guys, if you enjoyed that video, then please make sure to hit that like button, maybe subscribe as well. Let me know if you want to see more dirt rally or rally games in general. I really enjoy doing them, especially in VR. And of course, make sure to hit the little notification bell button there, because YouTube sometimes doesn't like to put my videos and streams in your sub boxes, and that's not okay. So if you hit that bell, you'll be notified every time either one of those come up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. Take care. I'll see you all next time.